Hello everyone. Welcome to the session on Bitbucket pipelines. In this session, actually, we will talk about Bitbucket pipelines as well as how we can achieve CI/CD process as per the project needs, and how we can define branching strategy for our project. You can say means what is the requirement, what is the environment setup in our project. So according to that, we can define branching strategy. So we'll talk about all these in this session. So before I demonstrate further, I shall request you to follow knowledge etiquettes actually. So actually there are few points we have. Respect the session timing so that you can make most out of it. We would like to hear your constructive feedback for regular betterment. Please keep your cell phones on silent. If anything urgent, feel free to move out. Or you can take it. Feel free to move out of the session. And one more, settle yourself in calm environment to help us deliver you better. And should you have any query, note it down. We will have a Q&A session after the demonstration or demo session, so you can raise it. Okay, so our agenda for today is we will cover all the things including Bitbucket pipelines, how CI/CD process works, how branching strategy we need to define, what other offerings are there by the Bitbucket, and what is the advantage of Bitbucket pipelines and multi-branch pipelines and custom pipelines, and followed by a demo. So in the last we will do a demo, and be there with me. So we'll till the end. So let's start with brief introduction about Bitbucket Cloud actually. So Bitbucket is actually one of the industry leading repository management solution that allows developers to seamlessly implement open DevOps tasks. So DevOps means dev and operations both, there are in design phase itself, when something we are going to design a new product or a new code base, then there are different piece of work is being provided to developers, so they can seamlessly work on that, and after that they can collaborate all their works together and perform the build on top of it. Bitbucket offers a variety of services as well, such as allowing teams to collaborate and create projects, and also deploy their code using the same platform. So one such effective service in this series is Bitbucket pipeline itself, which allows us to implement CI/CD process and test our code, deploy our code, and perform static code reviews or automation testing. Whatever steps we want to implement, we can implement it in the stages, and we can achieve the project requirement. So let's move forward. CI/CD process. So actually CI/CD is like continuous integration and continuous deployment or continuous delivery, we can say. So it's a process of, we can say, automating or combining practice of continuous integration and continuous delivery or continuous deployment. It's a practice focused on improving software delivery throughout the software development life cycle. So in this demonstration, or you can say this snippet, we have arranged all the stages what we are going through during the CI/CD process. So though this is not complete, this could differ as per the product need or code need. So we can also monitor and other things we can do from there only. But yeah, I have summarized few of them. Code commit changes. So as I explained earlier, like there are many developers working together to build a product. At last, what they need to do, they will put that code somewhere. So first thing which comes in mind, define a source source code management tool. So it could be earlier we were using SVN, now it is Git. More of the technologies are Git based. So Bitbucket is also in the same series. So so commit is like you are making you are developing your code and then you are putting it to some source code management, and uh, in a collaboration the complete team is working. Then what is a code? Code is just you can say a raw facts, means we have to build something on top of it. So next stage is we build something, and we build something. So that could be a manual process when you are building offline, or a developer is building on their local system. But in CI/CD process, you have to implement a process so that they can automatically build it. They can like whenever they are even making a small change, they can build it and check like if that functionality is proper and not. Next stage, they can perform the testing. So testings are like there are many things we used to do in testing. Like you can do static code reviews and testing, automation testing, or manual testing. So there are different tools we can add in the Bitbucket pipeline itself, so that we can achieve like what is the success, or what is the code coverage of our build. Then deliver is like that there are two terms, deliver and deployment. So deliver is like you are building something and delivering it. So delivering means it could go to test, it could go to develop, or next if it is passed well in develop and test, then it further it can move to production. So when it is going to production or any other platform you are going to deploy, then that then deployment comes in picture. So there could be manual deployment steps. You are just putting your code base somewhere in Artifactory, and after that deploying it to somewhere in your cloud environments, or anywhere, maybe Kubernetes and all. But in continuous development, what we could do, we can just integrate steps in our pipeline itself, so that we can deploy from here only. So this is all about CI/CD. Let's move with So one essential thing which we need to keep care of when designing a solution, CI/CD based solution, which is branching strategy. So branching strategy, actually, if you see this illustration, then we have branches. So the color codes are different. So first one is master we have, then we have hotfix, then we have release, then we have develop, and then we have feature. So if you see the color code, the first one is master. So we have to design a branching strategy and tell the developers like to not so that there is no unforeseen in the development process. So we can define a strategy like whenever someone is coming, they can just create a pull or clone from master, and it will go to develop. Then from develop, how they can go, they have to create a feature branch. When they have completed their development process, they have to merge it back to develop branch, and that develop branch uh, will be associated with some of the environment. It could be development environment of yours. Then as soon as you are building something in CI stage, so CI stage you can integrate with this branch, feature branch. So whenever you are pushing something, it is being built, it is being tested if you are adding something. So sonar scan or any other thing you want to add, you can add here, or OSWeb type of thing for security scanning and all. If you want to add, you can adding as part of CI only, but you are not uh, pushing something somewhere. You are just building in this stage. It's your feature branch. So developer is, you are not giving any other environment to developer to test their code. So they can directly test here in the CI stage. Then further they will merge that to develop and develop in that will deploy development environment. Then if all goes well with development environment, then what they can do, they can merge it back, further raise a PR request for release branch. So there must be some reviewers. So you can add reviewers, or you have default reviewers as per your defined process. So that reviewers can review that change. If it looks feasible, they can merge it to production. As soon as production is being being merged to production, then master. So master will be associated with production, and then it will go and deploy the production. But this is not like the case most of the organization is following. Means directly you cannot deploy something to production. Maybe there are manual reviewers who will review it. Like if it is they will check all the environments. If it has passed successfully, then they can manually trigger the job, and that will deploy your production environment. So this is how we can design branching strategy to achieve our end goal. Okay, let's talk about other offerings and features of Bitbucket. So Bitbucket actually, most of us are using Bitbucket, but that could be Bitbucket Cloud, Bitbucket Server, or Bitbucket Data Center. So cloud is like we have pre-built provided. You can just go and register and get your registration done, and after that you have a login URL. You can log in and create all your repositories there and start working on that. But Bitbucket server is a series of servers you have where you do the installation and keep it in your on-prem system. Similarly, we have data centers. Both are similar, server and data center, but yeah, performance wise and high availability, those are somehow different. But those are overall on-prem. You have some infrastructure in your organization itself, and on top of that you are installing and doing all this setup. Next, key feature of Bitbuckets are like Jira integration. So Jira integration means as this is a tool of Atlassian, so it is, if you use Bitbucket Cloud, it is automatically integrated with Jira. So if you are working on some piece of code, you can just raise a Jira request and start tracking that as per the sprint progress and other details. And whatever commit you are making, that could be integrated with your Jira request itself. So that is a good feature. Actually, you can track your work progress and how it is going, and if release is or your code is doing well or not. Then built-in tracker. It's actually built-in system, makes it simple to track issues. The next one is code review system. So code review system is like as soon as you develop something, you send it to next stage. So next while you are sending it to next stage, so you cannot directly go and push your changes. So you might need to get it reviewed by someone. So you have a defined process, so you can create a PR for that. So it makes it very easy, like whosoever is the reviewer, they can get to know what all are the changes you have done, and if they found it suitable, they can merge it to in that particular branch. And if that branch is set up to deploy some environment, then it will deploy that environment. Inline discussion, it is one thing which we can achieve, like if you have raised a PR, then your reviewer can put a comment wherever they found some conflict. or they see some issue, like they want some enhancement there, they want to add something there, so they can just commit, they can comment on there only. Yeah. Last is like Bitbucket pipelines. So Bitbucket pipelines, there are multiple types of pipelines we can create. Like we can create custom pipelines, we can create multi-branch pipelines. We can like directly create pipelines like which will be executed as well as soon as you push some changes in the branch. Then Bitbucket pipes are there. Pipes more makes Bitbucket pipelines more flexible. So it's simple to configure. It is more of in use for some third-party tools like AWS, Firebase, or Sonar Cloud, or any means whatever solution you are going to design, like S3 bucket. If you build something and you want to push something to S3 bucket or any other cloud storage system, so you can just include the pipe itself in the Bitbucket pipeline, and you can get your work done. So that's all about theory part. Let's start with the demonstration. So let me share my, just give me a confirmation if you guys have access, means visibility on other, uh, you can see other screen as well?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is actually a console of Bitbucket Cloud. So if you will register it somewhere on-prem, then your domain name could be like anything. You can associate with your organization name or anything. But in cloud, it is like your namespace, your workspace, and whatever pipeline or branch you are creating there. So if I go to repositories, so you can see I have 4 repositories here. So I'll just take you through this multi-branch Java. So this is one, I have prepared one demonstration here, so I'll just run it through that. So here it's, as of now we are in master branch. I have 2 other branches as well, develop and feature branch. So feature, I have one branch, demo test, where I have a pipeline. Let me show you the pipeline content so that we can discuss more on it, like whatever we discussed, how it fit with this solution. So we discussed about pipelines, we discussed about the pipes. So I'm using pipe here somewhere, so I'll just show you how pipe works. Yeah. So in the same stage, I did some other build and other steps on top of it. Then I just ran a pipe to deploy Kubernetes artifacts. So it's a pipe to deploy Kubernetes, you can say native resources. You can create some other pipes as well. Let's say, let me take you through that. What all are the pipes available here? So let's go to repositories. And this is the new one, I think. Here I don't have any pipeline, so okay. Also it is. Let me create a new one. Okay, so let's select this. Yeah, so as soon as we create a repo, we can go to the pipeline itself. What is the solution we are looking for? We can go here, create pipeline, and select our template of our need. So template is basically containers. We can say, let's say we have Maven build, then we can go for that. We have PHP, then we have Node.js or any like Java code base, then we can select a pipeline of that type. So let's say we select this, then it automatically comes with a few defined steps. If you see, like they have a specified pipeline, so every pipeline will list this parameter. Then they have defined default, so this will be the default step. Parallel is like one feature we can use of all the steps will be executed in parallel. So likewise here there are 3 steps, so these all will be executed in parallel. So we can take anything from here of our use. Simply, similarly, we have pipes which we were discussing. So these are the pipes available. So let's say you want to deploy something AWS S3, then you can just click here, and it will give you the pipe. You can just add this to your deployment stage itself. You can just define a step, and you can just add this pipe and provide your access key and other things, and then after that provide your S3 string. So it could be your S3 ARN and local path where you want to make the changes. So similarly, there are many things like you can achieve whatever you want. Let's say if we want to put something to EKS, we want to deploy, so you can just go with this. Or we have GKE, so we can go with this. So GKE, it's not getting something. There should be something. Yeah, Google Kubernetes. So it comes with predefined steps. You can just enable this. So it is actually an image which is hosted, which it on top of which your build will be performed. So so this is coming with all included plugins and libraries which need to run your code or your deployment step. Let's go to now to our exact demo. So in this pipeline, I just ran it, but let's re-trigger it. So this pipeline, what it is doing, so this is a pipeline where we have 2 branches. One is like this feature, and another one develop. So let's go to the feature one and make some changes and trigger it. So feature demo test. We can make changes from here itself. I can go to some other tool, but yeah, let me make it from here, or it open in my, I think here. So branch is demo test itself. So let me add something. Add one hash here. Okay, so we just make an update. We just made an update and push that change. Something is not good. Oh, it's still syncing. Okay. Yeah. So if you see this step, so this is the step which just we have designed to perform as per the feature branch. So developer can just push their code, and after that it will just perform couple of steps like it will run some test cases or scan on top of codes, or static code reviews, and can go with some quality gates, and after that, if it is all successful, it will perform the build. So uh, in this case, we are not pushing anything anywhere. We are just building something. From the same branch, I have created one more branch, which is develop. So means it was part of develop only. So I have created another PR. Let me merge it. Yeah. So before merging, let me just show whatever discussed earlier. Yeah. So inline comment and other things we discussed. So we can easily do it like this. If I found some issue at this point, at this line, I can just go and put some comment, so that I can ask someone or from development, like, just take a look, have a look to the comments and fix the issues. So this is one, and similarly we can check whatever changes they have made, or is it good or not. We can uh, like easily check those, and after that we can merge it. So let's merge it to develop. Something. Why it is not. Let me run it from here. So I'll select okay. Okay. So I merged it, the means not the latest code. So that's why it has not triggered automatically. So let me just run it for develop from here. Now if you see, it has many stages. As soon as code you merge the code to develop, ideally it should run, but I'll check why it has not triggered automatically. So we triggered it manually. So it will perform test cases, then it will perform Docker build, and then it will deploy it to EKS cluster. So it could be EKS cluster of your dev environment. Then further you will merge it to some other branch. So further you can merge it to release branch. So release may have QA or pre-prod type of setup. So as per the project requirement, we can create any environment, or because we can associate a branch with that environment. So in this case, we will just go through this, build and deploy. Then, so there is one more thing. We can associate multiple environments with the same stage or same branch. Likewise, I have put here too. Dev is another one, and I have added test. But test will not be deployed automatically. It will ask for manual approval. So let it go there, then we can see how it goes. In the meantime, I can just take the URL. So once it is deployed, actually we have added its Java code base Spring Boot. So I'll take you through the code as well. Just let it complete. So we can track the details from here, at what stage it is, what it is doing. You can check all this. Yeah. It is currently pushing it to ECR register. So if I'll go there, Amazon ECR. So I have one branch. So you see here. Yeah. So my build number is 19 because 18 was you see 18 was for future branch. So there were no changes we added. We just tested it. We didn't push it somewhere. So where is that pipeline? Here. So in this case, it built up the image, and after that it pushed it to registry. So it is tagged with build number. We can put any flag like commit ID or anything we want to make it, but as of now I have put it like this. Take the latest build number and tag it like this. So it has tagged with the build number. So now our code will be deployed using this. It will deploy this image to our EKS cluster. So let's go to this step. Yeah, it's deployed. So you see there are two pipes it executed to deploy it. So if you see deployment.yaml, and then it has executed a couple of pipes to perform this action. So if you see here, let's see, because there are not many things, so I have. So this is the pod. Where is the pod? Let me just take the pod. The namespace is, I'm not sure what is the namespace. Okay, this is the namespace. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so it's just started. You see 68 seconds before. So we have kept only one replica set for sake of this demonstration. So let me take that URL. So this is the endpoint we have created. Oh, it's not copied, I think. Yeah, so this is what we build actually. So after that we deployed it. So this is the endpoint URL which we can just hit. So during this process, what we did, we in CI we implemented something which is just build something. So developer push some change, and after that it just build something, and they get to know like if it is working fine or not, build is happening fine or not, or that Sonar, if it is integrated with Sonar, then they can check code coverage and all. So this is what they can achieve from there. Then as soon as they merge it with develop, then the development environment will be deployed. Next, if you see, this button is highlighted now. You can just click on. If you see everything goes, everything is running fine in development environment, and you want to take the same change to release, so you can just click on the deploy button. But this is the limitation when you have single branch for develop and release both. Develop and test both. So if you have different branch, then you can just integrate that environment with different branch. So as soon as release is something is merged to release will deploy this test environment. But as of now, I have kept it like this. So if you will trigger it like this, so it will create one more environment. Just run it. So this is just manual process what you can do. It will wait for some approval. It will not automatically go and implement that step in next environment. So let me stop it because I don't have any test environment. It will fail. And so going back to the pipeline itself. So there are some few things which we can check. So here, if I go to pipeline, So I have, where is that? Yeah. So if you see, so it is like definition we have defined. Most of the cases you can run out of memory issue because it is not on-prem, and you have container based on predefined structure, correct? So you can define, and then you can incorporate those wherever Docker build is running. So here we have these credentials we have provided for this, but before that what we are doing, we are packaging that, and then we are creating a Docker image and then pushing it in this step. In next step what we are doing just this. If you see this build, so this is build, this is a step which is running for just building as part of CI. So this is not having any pipe for pushing it. So we have kept all the steps same, but we are not pushing it anywhere, that change or that artifact which we are building. Then we have EKS deployment step. So if you see, there are many variables. So these variables we have kept at the repo level, and pipes again we have added, and pipelines. So I didn't show you the custom step, I'll show you. So I have prepared one custom step as well for production deployment. Then sonar and all. So feature is like whatever step I will write in the feature branch, it will trigger the steps. Similarly, there is development steps, I have added those. So this is all about the pipeline, this pipeline, but let me take you through what other essential things are there. So repository setting is a setting where you can do multiple things like branch permission you are define, who should access this, who should have, means who all are teammates who can access this branch. So you can do it. You can add default reviewers here. So whenever you will raise a PR without any, without any reviewer, it will go automatically to default reviewer. Otherwise, whenever you are raising a PR, you can add it. So similarly, there are runners you can define if you have your on-prem servers. So you can just add runner like this. It is not showing as registered because my machine is down. So as soon as I'll bring it up, it will come as online. Deployments. So deployments are types which we actually create here to you can associate with our branches. So let's say we talked about test, we talked about development, and then we had feature branch. So development environment, how it is picking, we have a development project actually here. Similarly, we have test. In staging, we can add some QA type of thing, and in production we can add some environment. So here we don't have any environment added. So this is where you can add your environments and then associate it with the particular branch. So there are three types of variable actually in Bitbucket. One is repo variable, another one is workspace level variable, and one is like project level, this deployment level variable. So deployment level variables are like, if you go to this deployment and click here, so you can see here are few variables I have defined. Similarly, if you will go to repo variable, you can see some of them also here. Workspace variables are like whenever you are creating Bitbucket pipelines, you can go and create that. Let's say if my complete project is this and my workspace is this. So here also setting option is there. You can add as per the need. Workspace variables. But keep care means that last, which if you have added one variable at three places, all three places, then whatever is associated with your deployment, it will take effect, not others. So if you are keeping multiple places, be sure like you are keeping the same variable or just add it as per the need. And let me take you back to other things. So we can do Slack integration and other thing here. This was the branch. So repository setting, go there. Yeah, runners, deployments, yeah, Slack. So you can integrate it. Similarly, you can add OpenID Connect for any like Kubernetes cluster and all. Branch permission or branching model, which I forgot to means highlight here. So this is branching strategy, what you can define. So let's say in branching strategy, I illustrated IMS. So that is having few branching strategies, like few branches, and that those branches are as part of deploying some environment. So similarly, we can define our branching strategy. Maybe you need not it develop, you need not it as feature, or you need not it as release. So you can change the name, whatever name you want, you can put it and save it. But yeah, that totally depends how you are looking for the solution. What is the project name? So guys, that's all for this I think session. And if you have any query or concern, just raise it. I would be more than happy to answer. Yeah. So where is that? Any questions?
Yes, Sunil, I have one question.
Yeah.
Suppose I want to create two pipelines in Bitbucket, and one is for my branch pipeline, and second one is for you can say pull request or for merge request. So, is there any keyword or is there any option to control the that behavior? So whenever a merge request is created, the merge pipeline will trigger, or whenever I push some commits, the branch pipeline will trigger.
Yeah, means there are a pull request itself is a keyword. You can add it. So whenever there is a pull request, it will trigger automatically. Branch, I already specified, like branch is like whatever branch you are triggering, it will automatically trigger.
Okay, so it will control the all over workflow or only the jobs.
No, means you can define different steps, not complete workflow it will cover. Whatever steps means there could be hundreds of steps in a pipeline, but whatever step you are putting it for a merge request or any branch step or any custom step. So I think one thing I missed to show you guys. Let me just go through that. That might make the picture clear. So let's say, yeah, one more thing that I have created for this demonstration. So there are, we can run custom steps as well. Yeah, I like this. So here, if you'll run it, it will not pick anything from repo. So if you want someone who is authorized to run this pipeline for production, he has the credential, and any other one doesn't have that credential. So he has the credential, he can put it and run it. So this is actually custom step which we can trigger, like we used to run in Jenkins and other tools. I think that answers your question, or
Yes, yes. Thanks. It was a really good session.
thank you. Anyone has, you know, so I take it as no. So I think we can
Yeah, I
wrap up
think
this
we
call.
don't have any questions. So
Yeah.
thanks Neil, for this wonderful session.
Thanks, Rahul. Thank you everyone for joining and taking out time from your busy schedule. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sunny.
Hey.